Well, confirmation hearings for Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh began next Tuesday. A key line of attack against him will be his stance on the ruling that legalized abortion in America. Paul Strand shows us how those on both sides are hoping he'll respond.
Make no mistake about Judge Kavanaugh. He was put on a list.
Senators questioning Brett Kavanaugh will likely try to pin him down on how he might rule on specific cases. Nominees throughout the history of these confirmation hearings try to politely fight that line of questioning.
We don't know what Judge Kavanaugh would say on an issue like abortion, because that question is not answered by a judicial nominee in the Senate Judiciary confirmation hearings.
Here at Americans United for Life, Steve Aiden and others are heavily involved in the fight over the Brett Kavanaugh confirmation. The reason? Abortion and Roe v. Wade. Aiden suggests those senators leaning against Kavanaugh's nomination will go this route, make him pledge he'll respect settled law or precedent. They believe that would prevent a confirmed justice from moving to overturn laws such as Roe v. Wade without breaking that promise.
For abortion activists, precedent is like a shibboleth. They want a nominee to agree to conform to what the Supreme Court has said before on an issue like Roe versus Wade.
Aiden says Kavanaugh has shown great respect for settled law.
Precedent does play a role. Judge Kavanaugh has acknowledged that in his judicial writings.
But as someone known as a constitutionalist, he sees that renowned document differently than activists who seek to put their own mark on the Constitution.
Roe versus Wade is the paramount example of judicial activism in recent Supreme Court history. We know that Brett Kavanaugh is a dyed-in-the-wool constitutional originalist. He doesn't believe in finding new rights in the Constitution that didn't exist, like the Supreme Court did in Roe versus Wade.
Aiden points out the court itself has reversed its rulings when it comes to bad precedent, like the 1857 ruling that backed slavery.
Dred Scott is probably the best example. There are many, many instances where the Supreme Court has made what a lot of folks thought was a final pronouncement on very important issues, only to reverse itself decades later.
For instance, justices were said to regret later that they backed imprisoning Japanese Americans in camps during World War II. Paul Strand, CBN News, reporting from Arlington, Virginia.